I spent my childhood taking care of my alcoholic mother. Yesterday, I found her secret journals about me. I was cleaning out Mom's apartment after her funeral when I found them pair and 7 leather-bound journals hidden in the locked drawer of her dresser. The first entry was dated the day after my 10th birthday when I learned how to make scrambled eggs because she couldn't get out of bed. My daughter made breakfast today. She shouldn't have to. I am failing her in every way possible. For 20 years, I was my mother's caretaker. I learned to pay bills at 12, schedule doctor's appointments at 13, and drive her to the ER during alcohol withdrawals before I had a learner's permit. While other kids went to sleepovers, I stayed home making sure Mom didn't choke on her vomit. I believed she was oblivious to my sacrifices. Now I was reading the truth she never spoke aloud. The journals documented everything, paired every school play she missed, every dinner I cooked, every time she found empty bottles she didn't remember drinking. Each entry ended the same way. I will be better tomorrow. She deserves better. Tomorrow never came, but the self-awareness I never witnessed was there on every page. When I was 16, I applied to colleges far away, desperate to escape. I still remember her blank expression when I announced I'd received a full scholarship 3 states away. I interpreted her silence as indifference. The journal told a different story. Emma got her acceptance letter today, full scholarship to Boston University. I wanted to tell her how incredibly proud I am, how amazing she is to have accomplished this despite having me as a mother. Instead, I said nothing because I am terrified of being alone without her. What kind of mother fears her child's success? A failure of one? I sat on her bedroom floor surrounded by these volumes of hidden truth, reading into the night. The patterns were heartbreaking parent periods of sobriety filled with hope and plans, followed by relapses and self-loathing. She had tracked my achievements with a pride she never expressed, and her failures with a clarity she never demonstrated. The most difficult entries came during my college years when I limited our contact to monthly phone calls. Emma called today. She sounds happy, describing her psychology classes with such passion. She's healing people because I broke her. I wanted to tell her about my 3 months sober, but what's the point? She's heard it all before. Better to let her believe I'll never change than to disappoint her again. What struck me most was that while I'd spent my life seeing only her addiction, she'd spent hers seeing me parrot my resilience, my accomplishments, my future. She recognized every burden she placed on me while being unable to lift it. The final journal ended 2 months before her death from liver failure. The last entry was different, called Emma today. She's engaged to Michael. He sounds kind in the background, bringing her tea while we talked. She deserves that gentleness. 26 years ago when they placed her in my arms, I promised to give her everything. Instead, she gave everything to me. But I've realized something after all these years. She didn't become strong despite me. She became strong alongside me in the broken places. My greatest accomplishment isn't getting sober for the 100th time. It's that somehow, despite everything, I raised a daughter who never lost her capacity to love. I closed the journal, remembering our last conversation. She had sounded clearer than she had in years, asking detailed questions about the wedding plans. She mentioned she'd started attending meetings again, but didn't make promises. Instead, she'd said something that confused me at the time. You broke the cycle, Emma. That's all I ever wanted. Now I understood. Her greatest fear wasn't dying. Part of it was that I would repeat her patterns. Yesterday, I met with her sponsor, who seemed surprised to see me. Your mother was so proud of you, she said. In meetings, she'd say, my daughter is the miracle. Not because she saved me, but because she saved herself. I am taking the journals home with me, not to dwell on what could have been, but to understand what was. My mother wasn't just her addiction. She was also these words, this awareness, this love that couldn't find its way through the disease. Sometimes the people who hurt us see us more clearly than we ever imagined, and sometimes understanding comes too late to change the past, but just in time to release us from it.